They all died too soon. Lumumba, Sankara, Gaddafi, all of them dared to dream of a united, free, and self-reliant Africa, and all of them were taken down, not just by bullets, but by betrayal, by silence, by the world's refusal to let an African man stand tall without strings attached. And now, another name rises: Ibrahim Traoré, the youngest president in the world, a soldier, a patriot, a Pan-Africanist. But the question is, will Africans protect him, or will we once again mourn a fallen hero too late? In 2022, at just 34 years old, Ibrahim Traoré led a coup in Burkina Faso, not for greed, not for power, but because his country was falling apart under terrorism, corruption, and foreign control. People were dying, hope was vanishing, and no one was doing anything. So he stepped forward. Traoré is not your average president. He doesn't wear expensive suits. He doesn't host cocktail dinners for diplomats. He wears his military fatigues and walks among his people. He talks like them, lives like them, fights for them. He kicked out French troops from Burkina Faso, calling out decades of neo-colonial influence. He said it plainly: if you're not helping us fight terrorism, leave our land. And he didn't stop there. He nationalized gold mines that were being exploited by foreign corporations. He called on fellow African nations to stop begging for aid and start taking ownership. And then, together with Mali and Niger, he formed the Alliance of Sahel States, a regional pact to protect their nations from foreign manipulation and to build a future based on African cooperation. This man is not playing politics. He is reviving the legacy of Thomas Sankara, the revolutionary who once ruled the same country before being assassinated by traitors and external forces. But history has a cruel habit of repeating itself. In April 2025, there were signs of a coup attempt. Burkina Faso's intelligence services warned of a foreign-backed plan to overthrow the government. At the same time, Western military generals, like US General Michael Langley, accused the Traoré-led junta of using gold to protect the military regime, rather than using them for public welfare. And just like that, the media machine started its work, painting him as a threat, a danger, an authoritarian. It's the same playbook they used against Lumumba, against Sankara, against Gaddafi. First, they demonize you, then they isolate you, and finally, they remove you. We have seen this before. Patrice Lumumba wanted Congo to control its own resources. He was murdered. Sankara refused IMF loans and told Africans to believe in themselves. He was betrayed by his own. Gaddafi dreamed of a single African currency backed by gold, and NATO rained bombs on him. All of them tried to break Africa's chains, and all of them were stopped before they could finish their mission. Now, Ibrahim Traoré is walking that same road. But here's the truth. If we lose him, if we stay silent, if we watch him fall like the others, then we are not just losing a leader. We are losing yet another chance for real change. Because what Traoré represents is bigger than Burkina Faso. He is a symbol of African courage, of resistance, of pride. And that's exactly why some forces want him gone. So what can we do? First, we must speak out. We must challenge the media narratives that try to smear him. We must share his speeches, amplify his message, and educate others. Second, we must support the vision of the Sahel Alliance. Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso are trying to build an Africa-first model. But they are isolated, surrounded, threatened. They need the solidarity of all Africans, from Accra to Nairobi, from Johannesburg to Algiers. Third, we must pressure our own leaders. Ask them, why are you still bowing to old colonial powers? while young leaders are standing up? Why are you silent while your brother is under attack? Africa has enough resources, enough land, enough youth. What we lack is leadership with spine. And when we finally see one, we must protect him like our future depends on it. Because it does. Ibrahim Traoré may not be perfect. No one is. But he is brave. He is clear. He is dangerous to the system because he speaks truth. And the system has never liked the truth, especially when it comes from Africa. So ask yourself, will we defend him? Or will we bury another dream and cry about it later? This time, let's not wait until it's too late.